Hi, this is Tanya again. This is my 5th video, and this one I'm going to be talking about my favourite films. My all-time favourite film has to be Dirty Dancing. It starred my favourite actor, the great late Patrick Swayze, God rest his soul. I really miss him like mad. He was in this film, and it's about dancing. It's a dance film, you know, and hence the title. He was a dance teacher in this. He is teaching this young girl. He met a girl, and Baby or something, her name, and Jennifer Grey plays her. He's teaching her how to dance, and her father wasn't happy with her hanging around with Patrick Swayze's character, which was called Johnny Castle. He didn't like this guy, but he later grew into him. But he, as Patrick Swayze himself, he's an incredible dancer. So he showed her all these different dance moves and performance. Then they did a magnificent performance in a hall or something. They performed in front of a load of people. They did a few shows together, and he did this famous lift. It was called the tabletop lift or something, and it was an incredible performance. And the song was what's the song called again? The Time of My Life. Time of My Life. It was a big famous song that came from that film, that performance too. And Patrick did another song for the film as well called She's Like the Wind, and he only did that song. He only released one song. That was that song, which She's Like the Wind. It was for the soundtrack of Dirty Dancing. It's an amazing film. It was just based on dance, you know, the different dances and stuff like that. And there's a bit of romance in it as well. Patrick fell in love with this girl that he was teaching how to dance. They fell in love, and her father was not happy at all. He was very, very stern, very strict father, and he didn't like her hanging around with this guy so much. But he later grew into him. Later on, he grew into him after that performance in the hall in front of all those people. He kind of grew into him. But at the very start, he was very wary about this guy, Johnny Castle. And I don't know the actual full story, but there's a lot of romance and there's a lot of dancing in it. And his other favourite film also has to be Ghost, and he also starred alongside Demi Moore in that. And it was a lot of romance in that. And he got killed in it. What was it? How did he get killed? Was it car crash or something? A car crash, and he came back as a ghost. And Whoopi Goldberg was in it, and Whoopi Goldberg's character was the only one that could see him. For some reason, I don't know why that was. She's the only one that could see Patrick Swayze's ghost, and she was kind of guiding or helping him pass messages onto his onto his girlfriend Molly. He's giving her these messages, and she was telling her like, I don't know if I could explain the story.
She was acting as a medium.
Medium for him, yeah. Yeah, a medium, and she kind of
communicated what he was thinking.
Yeah, she communicated what he was thinking, and he was passing messages from Molly and giving her memories and stuff, and passing other memories as well, to kind of make her realise that she was actually talking to him. She kind of went into Patrick's body. Patrick's ghost went into her body, in other words. So Molly was able to communicate with her boyfriend
via Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg, yeah. So it was very emotional and very sad as well, very sad storyline. I have the DVD, so it's great that I have watched the DVD now and I can learn more about it. And there was this funny scene. He met up with this other ghost on the train, and he said, "Get off my train! This is my train." And Patrick, he was trying to teach Patrick how to do things and how to flick a can, try to push it. He said you had to put a bit of feeling into it to get the can to move. And he was being weird, this guy. And Patrick's character's name was Sam Wheat, and his former colleague in his job, he was also killed, and he was he wasn't very nice, in other words, and he's kind of having feelings for Sam Wheat's girlfriend. He kind of had a few nights with her and a few he had a lot of strong feelings for her or something. He wasn't a very nice character, in other words. And then he was also killed as well. But he was kind of pushed. He was taken away from all the what do you call the people kind of dragged him away because he was bad or something. Ghosts kind of pulled him. Spirits came back and pulled him away because he was evil. He was very, very bad and stuff. So Patrick's character was stayed longer because he was good and he was very kind-hearted and stuff. But I'm not good at explaining the whole story. But I also, talking about films, I enjoy going to the cinema quite a lot. I enjoy going to the cinema. I love looking at all these animated films at Disney and all this sort of stuff. I love Disney films, animation and stuff. And
we've seen Night at the Museum the other night.
You want to see the sequel to Night at the Museum, Night at the Museum 3. I have the first two on DVD. All the exhibits come to life at night, and Ben Stiller is the main actor in it, and it also stars the late great Robin Williams. He got to meet he was in the last film, so probably the last thing he filmed before he died. He unfortunately killed himself, and I never understood why. I never understood that he had depression. I never knew he had depression, and it was quite a shock to me because I always found him quite funny and seems very happy and did him with himself. He's quite funny, very funny character. He's always smiling. You never think that he had this illness. It never crossed my mind at all. I was quite shocked and very, very upset and quite, I'm overwhelmed with the shock of his death. But it was great to see him in this, and I was very surprised with myself. I was able to hold back the tears while I was watching him on the screen, because I'm usually a very emotional person. I'm very sensitive, and I get teary very easily. But for some reason, I actually surprised myself watching that film because I held back the tears, and it was quite sad seeing him on that, but it was also great to see him as well. And I just love, they have this new film, there's a film out there as well called Frozen, which I loved as well. It was a great film. It was a very kind of a animated musical. Lovely songs in it as well, and songs the what do you call it, the song called Let It Go. It's the kind of theme song to it, and it's an incredible film. I have the DVD as well, and it's an amazing show, and it's the big talk at the moment. Everyone's talking about it, and they're bringing all this merchandise in, and from Frozen, all the dresses that the characters wore, and they're bringing in these dolls and all this stuff as well. All merchandise, all this big merchandise of Frozen, and posters, everything. And they have a new film called Frozen Sing-Along, the sing-along version of Frozen as well. And I didn't see the sing-along version, but I don't think it'd be as good as the original film. But I do love going to the cinema. It's great, I get great enjoyment of doing it, going to the cinema. And there's another film that was on last year called Pudsey. I forgot to mention this show on my last video about the reality shows. It was the program called Britain's Got Talent, and there's this dog, and is his owner, Ashley and Pudsey. And Pudsey was the name of the dog, and Ashley was the owner. And they did a performance on Britain's Got Talent, and they won the show. And the dog had become a star within himself because he had a film out last year, and it's very good. He had his own film. Pudsey the dog had his own film. They had a voiceover for his character. It was quite a very good film, and I couldn't believe it was the actual dog who was on Britain's Got Talent as his own film. So I actually enjoyed that. I only got the film the other day on DVD. I totally forgot about the film that was out, and I saw it the other day in Golden Discs, and I bought it. I loved it. I thought it was quite funny. I don't know who did the voiceover for him, but it was very, very good. Very, very funny film. And I think my boyfriend enjoyed it as well, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there was another film that was a very classic film that was out in the 70s called Jaws. As I've mentioned before, I'm very into sharks, great whites, and all this stuff. This is about based on a great white shark, Jaws. It's got a lot of gory blood, people getting killed, people getting beaten alive by sharks. It's a kind of a horror film. Back in the 75, they made 4 films, and I think the last one was 1987, wasn't it?
Yeah, it starred Michael Caine.
Yeah, Michael Caine did the last one. It was called Jaws: The Revenge, and the first one was in 1975, and Roy Scheider was in it, and Robert Shaw. Sorry, one minute. Robert Shaw was in it, and as you know, he's not around anymore. And I think he was in the second one, wasn't he, Robert Shaw? He played a character called Quint.
Yeah. No, he was dead in the first one.
Oh, he's dead in the first one. Sorry,
Yeah.
he got eaten alive by
Roy
a shark.
Schneider
Yeah.
is in the second one.
Yeah. Roy Schneider's in the first one as well.
As well, yeah.
Yeah. But Robert Shaw was in the first one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he got eaten alive by a shark. He got pulled into the shark's mouth. The shark pulled him right into his mouth. It was very gory, disgusting, horrible. But the ending was magnificent. The way Roy Schreider's character killed him, it was get you son of a bitch, and he literally exploded. He actually blew him up. It was incredible the way. But it was a lot of attacks on humans in the video. It was very, very gory, a lot of blood and everything else. But it was a very, very good film. But I enjoyed the one with Michael Caine more, really, because I thought it was quite funny. The relationship he had with what do you call it? Lorraine. Her name was Lorraine. Gary was her name, the real name. The actress who her character. He fell in love with her, and they had a kind of a relationship. And he treated her on his private jet and everything else. It's very good. I love all these shark films. I have a whole load of shark films, on Shark Attack and all this, the Megalodon, all this thing. The film about the Megalodon called Shark Attack 3, and starred John Barrowman, funny enough, and he was a presenter too, all out, and he was in that film, and I never knew that he could act. I never seen him act in anything, but when I saw him in this, I was quite surprised, because he's known really for his presenting. And he did a talent show as well. I can't remember what he did, but I love all these shark films. I get, and I watch all this Shark Week and all this stuff as well. So all these films, I seem to buy a lot of films on sharks. I buy Shark Attack, I've got Shark Zone, I've got Sharkzilla, I've got everything on sharks. So
Mega Shark versus
Mega Shark Crocosaurus, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, which stars one of my favourite singers, Debbie Gibson, as I've mentioned already.
And John Barrowman was in.
John Barrowman was in the third Shark Attack. It was called Megalodon. But I'm hoping to get that one. And I only have Shark Attack 2 and Shark Attack 1. I'm hoping to get Shark Attack 3, Megalodon with John Barrowman. But I just love it. I get great joy. Something to do as well. Somewhere to go to cinema, Something to do. Like, if there's any good films on, I just enjoy going to the cinema and watching them. It's great, And get the DVD as well and stuff. I have a whole load of films. I have a lot of animation and a lot of comedy and horror. No, it's a mixture of different type of genres and films. I have Shark Tale as well. There's another film, but that's not really the same as all the Shark Attack. That's an animated film about shark.
That's basically it, isn't it?
Basically, yes. And the Cars, I have all these animated films at home. With loads of stuff. Like so many. Superman is another film that I enjoy. The great Christopher Reeve. He's the only Superman for me. He's the only true Superman. Is Christopher Reeve. I have all his films too. All the Superman films. I have the whole collection. He did 4, I think. He did 4 films. And he started back in, what was the first year?
Superman?
Yeah.
70 something.
70, was it?
79 or something.
79, I think it was. I can't remember. But he was incredible Superman. But I was very, very sad to hear about his death. Unfortunately, it was very, very tragic the way he went. He was paralyzed. What's the word?
Paralyzed, yeah.
Paraplegic or something. Paraplegic. He was in a wheelchair. He had a tube or something for us to help him breathe and everything else. It was tragic the way he fell off his horse. He had a stables at home in where he used to live, and he fell off his horse and he ended up paralysed, which I was absolutely gutted. I really loved Christopher Reeve. He's very, very good looking, very handsome, and he had a great body, and everything about him was incredible. He's an amazing actor, and I truly will miss him. I've loads of stuff, I've loads of films. So many of them. I have thousands of them. I couldn't tell you all of them. There's so many. I have another one called Splash. It's about a mermaid. Also starred Ben Stiller and Daryl Hannah. Daryl Hannah played the mermaid in it. It's a romance. It's a romantic story. She turns into a mermaid when she gets into water. What else? There's loads of stuff. I've got Herbie, the car that's got a mind of its own. Comedy, it's a comedy thing, and one of the films starred Stephanie Powers, who was in Heart to Heart. And then, so loads of stuff. It's too many films. I can't tell you all of them top of my head. And I have another one called Bolt. It's about a dog. It's an animated film about a dog. What else do I have got? I've got Megamind and...
I just showed the viewers all the films.
I just showed... These are all my DVDs now,
over there.
Films I have. Loads of them.
More here. CDs
more
here.
There. Yeah.
Films here. More films.
There's loads of thousands of them. I couldn't tell you all of them top of my head. There's too many of them. Too many of them. And I have another thing that I love enjoying watching the film telly, I've got to mention, is The Simpsons. It's also an animated cartoon. It's an adult cartoon, as they call it. And it's quite funny. I have all their collection on DVD as well. So loads of stuff. I have oh God, so many. I have things on the Titanic as well. I have Titanic documentaries and films on the Titanic, all the history of the Titanic and how it sunk and stuff like that. oh God, I've loads.
Tell them.
I've got 101 Dalmatians, and starred, what's her name, Gina Davis or something, I think her name was. She played the evil queen in that. And there's also 102 Dalmatians, if I didn't see, but I have the first one, the original one, 101 Dalmatians, and it's quite very funny. And I have a thing about called Beethoven. I have all 5 films of Beethoven. It's about a St. Bernard dog. It's a comedy. It's very, very funny. The St. Bernard dog, a family take him in, and he trashes the whole house. He eats up everything, eats up all the furniture and everything else. He makes a total mess, and it's very, very funny. Because he made there's 5 films about Beethoven. Cars, and I have a thing called Planes, which is kind of a sequel to Cars. So it's very, very funny. You know, planes, cars are kind of talking cars. They're cars that talk. You know, the faces on them. And planes are the same. They kind of faces that talk. So I think that's all I can say. But I hope you enjoyed this installment. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one, which will be talking about my favourite holidays and places to go. Thank you.